moist and slippery.
They use they them pronouns.
I was spurting blood from my groin.
What's up, everybody? Today we'll be reacting to some insane TikToks that my friends and team has sent me. So without further ado, let's just dive right into it.
I'll read some of this for you. It says, after a bit, a person's becomes moist and slippery, and the clitoris becomes hard. After a bit, a person's becomes erect, stiff, and larger. Sometimes a bit of clear fluid that may contain a few sperm comes out of the tip of the and makes it wet.
Can we... Sir, I'm sorry.
Was it something I said? If you don't want to hear it in a school board meeting, why should children be able to check it out of the school system?
Period. That school board guy is so uncomfortable. Even I'm uncomfortable. And he doesn't want to be read out loud, but that's a book that children can check out in the school library. Like, these books exist. Like, these things are happening in elementary schools and middle schools. This is real. This is not a myth. This is not conservatives and right-leaning people being super hypothetical. Like, no, there's like legit stuff going on. And this is exactly why we see a rise in people just not liking the LGBTQ community, including gays, lesbians, and bisexuals as a whole, because of things like this. And it's uncomfortable that these authors are writing this and they want this to be in schools. That's just no.
And you all sit back smug in your chairs, but you don't want me to read it. Why? Does it bother you? Yes or no? You can't answer that question. You want to know why? Because politically speaking, you can't say that it's wrong. And you don't want me to read the filth because it exposes the truth. How dare you tell me to stop reading it? If you don't want to hear it, why should the children have to see it?
Pastor, your time is up. Thank you.
That makes two of us.
Ooh. Yeah, that's the stuff in the elementary schools. It needs to go. The middle schools, all the books, the literature. I don't understand the appeal for it. And I don't know why it's there to begin with. It's extremely inappropriate. It's wrong. And it, once again, we need to leave the children alone.
And that's be Winnie.
Hey there! I am the great Winifred. She, her. Actor extraordinaire.
They're me new crew.
This is awesome.
Yeah. This whole pronoun, they, them, she, her, he, him, it, they, ze, zers, it's so confusing even for adults. Why are we introducing this on Cartoon Network for children? Like, that again, like, this is how privileged we are to live in America, where we now have people worrying about how they're being referred as, their pronouns. People can't eat. People are in war across the globe. But you're so safe in your little bubble in America that you can worry about things like this. And then you feel the need to introduce these things into children's age programming. Just let the kids show be a kids show.
Our crew also has a new addition, Beatbox. They use they them pronouns and they make an exception.
We're done. A box. They them. Ciao.
So I was at the doctor this week, and I first and foremost don't want kids. So I was asking her about getting my tubes tied to make sure I never have to have kids because I have so many side effects with birth control. She was like, you're never going to find a doctor who's going to tie your tubes at 28. Which made me think, so me as a grown adult woman, a doctor won't tie my tubes in case I change my mind that I may want kids one day. However, doctors are castrating children. But I'm a 28-year-old woman and a doctor won't tie my tubes in case I change my mind? Make it make sense.
It makes zero sense at all for a grown woman to be denied to tie her tubes because she may change her mind, yet we're giving 10, 11, 12-year-olds puberty blockers that's forever altering their bodies because of how they're feeling in that time. We're giving double mastectomies for minors because of how they're feeling. Do you know how many phases I went through in middle school? How many different personalities I had, all the different music and how I would dress. Like, everyone's trying to figure themselves out, and that's okay. You're allowed to figure yourself out without physically and manipulating your body for life. Again, this whole trans kids shit, it's not even about being hateful. It's understanding how much we change. Leave that to 18 and up. That's fine. Like, if you're a grown adult, do you, but leave the children alone, and we should not be putting this on kids. What happened to the tomboys and the tomgirls? Like, let people just be them. But instead, we live in a society that's growing now, that's saying, yes, if your 7-year-old boy loves color pink and wearing Barbies and playing with Barbies, all of a sudden he's a girl now. This doesn't make no sense at all.
So I had lower surgery back in January this year. I had some complications that led to this being a scary and painful situation.
This is a popular trans YouTuber, Jamie Dodger, who has over 1 million subscribers on YouTube. Jamie nearly passed away from complications related to bottom surgery, which is surgery to approximate the appearance of male genitalia.
Basically, I had an arterial bleed that required a second surgery to repair. I also had a refilling hematoma that got squeezed twice. Very, very painful thing to have done. And I've basically never been in so much pain in my life, despite having the maximum doses of painkillers that they could possibly give me.
I appreciate this person talking about the bad sides of transitioning and that they're going through. But there's also another reason why I don't want all this stuff being pushed on kids, because there's so many different side effects and things that can go wrong. People glamorize the trans community and being trans all day long, but no one really talks about this. So like, kudos to this person for at least being open about it.
Down for a second emergency exploratory surgery because I was spurting blood from my groin and they weren't sure why, and that's when they found out it was an arterial bleed. And that whole experience has made me terrified to have surgery again.
That is entirely too much to go through. I mean, if you're like, again, like if you're trans, you're an adult and you want to do all that, I guess, but I always just default to just being yourself. And that's what most people can do. But I do believe that gender dysphoria is a real thing and it is something that happens. But yeah, and the fact that we're pushing this on children like this, knowing how nitty gritty it can be, knowing how harmful and dangerous it can be, it's concerning and it's uncomfortable. You would never catch me praising a rainbow flag. My rainbow flag, what that means, the equality, the freedom, the liberation, the being yourself, that's all in the American flag. We're included in that. That flag is ours. The American flag represents this country and everything that is in it. And gay people are fine in this country. Gay people are represented. Gay people are treated equally. There's no reason to be praising, saluting a rainbow flag.
Hey, Pumpkin, it's Pride Month. Let's talk about it. I'm not a big fan. I don't know what the fuck y'all are so oppressed about. I don't know what everybody's crying about. I don't know why everyone's so upset. I just don't feel oppressed. I don't remember the last time somebody had something bad to say about me because of my sexual preference, maybe because I don't talk about it. If you haven't noticed, I am a homosexual. I don't feel like I need any rainbow flags, signs, or signals to alert those around me that I am a homosexual. See, I don't make my sexuality part of my personality. As a matter of fact, I like to keep the two completely fucking separate.
Thank you. It's separate, has nothing to do with me. Amir is my personality. All of this is my personality. The gay thing about me is what I do behind a closed door. That's it. I don't know what to tell you. I don't need no flag. I don't need none of it.
But I think a lot of you guys are manifesting this shit. Wake up in the morning and you're like, oh my God, I'm so gay and everyone around me is gonna hate me.
Yup, it's your mindset. You really think that we live in this super hateful society and no one wants to be around you? It hasn't been that bad. It really hasn't. Is it still bad for some people? Yes. But to compare it to back in the day, like this person saying, no, we have it way better.
Gayness, and somebody's gonna be mean to me, and then somebody's mean to you, and you're like, oh my God, I'm so fucking oppressed. See, I wake up in the morning and I'm like, I'm just another regular fucking human, and I didn't go do regular human shit. None of it involves rainbow flags. Anyway, I guess what I'm trying to say is my pride flag's still red, white, and blue. You can unfollow me if you want to. I don't fucking care. Mama didn't raise no.
That was good. See, I like this. Now we're getting to the wholesome TikToks. I can vibe with that. I totally agree. Just like my pride flag's red, white, and blue. I'm a normal human. I get up, I do human things, I come home and I mind my business. All the gay shit can stay.
My fellow LGBTQIA plus, baby, y'all are doing too much. And yes, I'm gonna be the one to say it, because if a straight person says it, y'all gonna say they're homophobic, this, that, and the third, and it's like, no, boo. You're just doing the most, and it's really not cute. Because can someone explain to me why I'm seeing all these pride videos, people in the streets acting like they ain't got no fucking home training. Bussy, Bucci, Chi-Chi's all out on display for everybody to see. Middle New York, broad daylight, minors present. Like, since when is that okay, sis? Because it's not.
Preaching. Since when has this been okay? Why is this a thing? Like, what happened to our manners? What happened to being decent human beings? Why are we parading ourselves naked in front of children? Why are children at pride parades? Why are we acting so lewd and thottish behavior out in the streets? It makes...
And bitch, don't get it twisted. On a scale of 1 to classy, I'm not giving royal family by any means. Like, I love to turn up, shake some ass, and have a good time. But bitch, time and place. And that was not it.
Yes, there is a time and a place. Like, I promise you, Amir gets down and ratchet. Amir gets hood. Amir opens a can to bounce that ass. Like, I can dance. I have a good time. But there's a time and place. And that time and place is not in the middle of the street in front of children.
I tell you, I saw this chick, practically nothing on top of a water fountain, water spraying all up in her cookies, nookies, and crannies. I'm just wondering what type of antibiotic that doctor's gonna prescribe for all that. People hanging from street lights, hooking up on the side of the road. What in the land before time Neanderthal behavior? Raggedy is the word for it. They already don't fuck with us like that, and this is how you want them to perceive us. Pride is an event based around acceptance and equality, not an excuse for y'all to act a fucking fool. Alright, y'all. As long as you guys know that that does not represent the entire LGBTQIA+ community. Even I'm like, what the fuck? Do better.
Thank you. I love that more gay people like that are stepping up and they're saying something. And they're acknowledging when something is wrong. If it's wrong, it's wrong. Like, we're already frowned upon. People already don't like us like that. And it's rising more and more and more. And this is how you want it to be represented. Pride is supposed to be about equality and love and acceptance, not an excuse to act like a fool in the streets. See, I love this. I can get behind this. Because typically these videos would be pissing me off. But I love this. I like him. That was good.
Whenever I mention that I'm lesbian, some people give me a confused look. Just let me explain, okay? My name is Sophia, my pronouns are she, her, and I am a transgender lesbian. A lesbian, of course, is a woman who dates other women, so I, as a transgender woman, only date women. The most common response I get to this is, well, why would you transition if you're still just gonna date women? But that's where we need to understand that sexuality and gender are very different. Gender and gender expression are about who you are and how you present yourself, whereas your sexuality is who you love. And those two things have nothing to do with each other. So be who you are, love who you love, but most importantly, love yourself.
I'm more shocked that it's coming from that person's mouth. So we've talked about the LGBT being different from the TQ+. They're completely separate. They're different entities, one's sexuality, one's expression. And this person is expressing themselves as a female. And so they're tying themselves to being a female that likes females. And really, I mean, if we're boiling it down, it's a straight dude that's very feminine. Kudos. That's some props to recognize that they are different. And this is why I always say the LGBT is different from the TQ+, and they should be separate, and they should not be seen as equal and together, because it has to deal with two totally different separate things. Do I agree with everything this person says and does? Of course not. However, I do appreciate that they acknowledge that, you know, it is separate.
As a trans woman, I obviously do not get periods, and that's fine.
A trans person that actually acknowledges that they don't get a period. Because what we've seen in my other video reactions, that we always find these trans people, they're like, my period this, my period that, in a delusion, like living in a delusion. They're insane to think that they actually have a period and they don't. And here we are, we have a trans woman who acknowledges that they don't have periods.
What can I do as a trans woman to be more supportive of the women who do get periods, as well as the non-binary and trans masc people who get them as well? Like, I don't know what to do. I know like the basics, but honestly in social situations, when one of my friends tells me that they just started their period, I'm like, I'm sorry, like, do you want to punch me in the stomach? Like, what can I do? I know, of course, this is something that I don't want to experience. As you all have told me, it sounds like a nightmare. But like, for the sake of unity, what can I do for you to lessen that pain? Thank you, I love you, sorry if I sound stupid.
I'm so amazed. Those last two videos are for a trans woman that acknowledges that the LGBT is different from the TQ+, and acknowledges that trans people don't have periods. Now, she did say that trans men and non-binary people have periods, which in their definitions, I guess so, because if you're a woman who's non-binary, you still have a period because you're a woman. And then if you're a trans man, that just means you're a biological woman, which means you still have periods. So, at the end of the day, only women get periods, and that's what this person's acknowledging, and I can get behind that. I just love and appreciate so much how many people are speaking up and speaking out against the lunacy that we're seeing out and about in the streets and on TikTok, because we need more people speaking up. We need more people being honest. We need more people to tone it down. because the squeaky wheel gets the oil. So if all we're highlighting is the fringes, then that's all we're gonna see. So major shout out to the people who have some sanity left in them. And thank you for you all for supporting and watching my content. It means the world to me. We're on a road to 100K subscribers, which just blows my mind to think that I really started diving into this YouTube stuff around March, and now it is about to be the beginning of July. And you know, you guys are actively changing my life, and I'm so grateful for it. Lots of videos coming down the pipeline, the membership, the private Discord, so much merch. I'm so excited for it all. So thank you guys a ton for all the support. Know and trust that you are in more control than you may realize. You have the power to control and change your life, and I hope that you do that so that you can achieve your goals and dreams. Thank you so much for your love and support, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.